So if you deal with really slow internet, whether it's a rural area, campgrounds, anything like that, and you've been thinking about different hotspot options, then you're going to want to see this video. So recently we moved to a more rural area and the high-speed internet connection was not going to be ready for a few weeks. And I work from home, need high speed to upload and download a lot of big files and things like that, even for doing videos. And I had to find a really good solution. Now, I looked at a lot of different hotspot options and I found a really great service that helped provide unlimited data, truly unlimited data with no caps through at&t. I'll put that link for you below. But I also needed to find good hardware. I had an old hotspot, the thing really didn't work well. I didn't want to use it from my phone because I know that could be kind of shoddy. So a lot of people recommended checking out the Netgear Nighthawk MR1100. And I was like, okay, I'll do this. Now, it's not the cheapest one out there, but I will say right now, this thing blew me away. So if you're really not familiar with how the hotspot works, it's a lot like the one that's on your phone, but these devices, they work like a router and they pick up the cell signal. You have a SIM card that is built into it that uses the data for it. Now, if you get really shoddy cell service and a horrible signal, you have a few options. You can get external antennas, which I did for this just for additional coverage. Or you may want to look at some other options because the different cell towers, maybe it's at&t, maybe it's T-Mobile, maybe it's Verizon that gets better coverage. And there's all these different websites out there that you can look at the different maps to figure out which one is going to be best for you. Here is the MR1100. It's not that big, but it worked really great. Now this one, it does not come with the external antennas, but it does have two ports here that you can see that you can buy a variety of different external antennas. Now these ones, I looked at a bunch of different reviews. It was a dual antenna, kind of just sat flat, and it had a pretty high decibel rating, good ratings for capturing the signal. I was like, all right, let's go with that. Now without it, the signal was pretty good, but once I plugged these in and kind of adjusted it by the window, it worked really well. Now, setting this up was pretty straightforward and simple. The great thing about the service I used, which was Reliable Internet, who gave me the access for the for unlimited data, all I had to do was get a SIM card. They helped program it and set it up, but it's a lot like a normal router. So if you're familiar with how like the Nighthawk routers work, you got a lot of different options. You could hook different devices to it. And you can see there's a little USB port that you can plug right in. You can set up all your settings or connect to it. And then there is also an Ethernet port there on the back too for your LAN if you want to connect it. Slide it out here right on the back, I'll show you. So there is a battery pack, so if the power were to go out, you do have some battery, and you can go with that, so you can travel with it. It did last a good amount of time. So right there you can see it takes the full-size SIM card in there, really easy to do, and get that all set up and programmed. Now, when I'm talking about speeds, I had about, depending where I set it up, I had about 3 bars probably, somewhere within that. Sometimes during the day and at night I get different bar signals. I don't know why, maybe how it reflects off the clouds. I have no idea the technical stuff. I just know I got some faster speeds. But I got speeds that were upwards for downloads. They were like 50 megabytes a second, 60. I think I peaked at like 80 megabytes a second. Upload speeds, they were a little bit slower. I was ranging somewhere between like 15 and 20. Sometimes I would peak like 35, 40. It's all dependent on, you know, the signals around you. Now this device here was working on the 4G LTE. There are 5G versions or 5G products out there. I didn't test that. And if you got good 5G coverage, then you're probably going to get really fast speeds for that. The biggest thing is when you're looking for these, you know, think about you're going to spend the money on this. If you're really going to use it, get something like this, the MR1100 by Netgear. I like a lot of the Netgear products. We have a Nighthawk normally router in our home, so I was familiar with like how their interface was, and I trust the brand a lot. But adding these external antennas onto it, super easy to use. The biggest thing was really making sure that I can get that true unlimited data with no caps, because a lot of the plans now, they'll slow you down after using so much, and Reliable Internet was able to set that up for you. I'll put that link again below. For about $100 a month, you get truly unlimited data through the at&t network. It's awesome. That really helped make sure that I could get my work done. Now, if you're thinking, all right, well, I want to do gaming, things like that, or want to have multiple people, can I do it? So probably if one person was on a time, you could probably handle it. Now, the signal that was sending out to the home was really not that great, so I would recommend taking this, put an Ethernet cable into another router to cover the home. But don't expect really, really fast speeds just throughout if you have multiple people. I could stream like, you know, the Amazon, the Fire Stick, things like that. I could stream Roku just on one device. Now watching on my computer, no problem doing anything like YouTube or any other video type things. Really great. Was watching at full HD, no problems, very little lag. Now, for games, my son did play some Xbox stuff, and that was kind of laggy, so if you're going to want to do that, just beware that you're going to have some lag to it. But that's kind of expected. Now, this was a great solution for that time when I did not have true cable high speed, and I needed to find something. Honestly, I highly recommend these two things. I'm going to put the links below so you can check it out. If you've been looking for this, all the links are there right below in the description. The Netgear Nighthawk MR1100 4G LTE Hotspot, SIM card, and these external antennas. You can really get high-speed internet anywhere you go, as long as there's a pretty decent cell signal. I'm Alan from Damn Good Reviews. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe right here. Click that little bell icon to stay up to date with everything I do, and I'll see you in my next video.